Welcome back to Crypto Lodge, where you come for the alpha. Well, this is where you come for the alpha. Crypto Lodge. T.me/the Crypto Lodge in Telegram. That's where you come for the alpha. There's a little picture of MST, real time. I'm always talking about buying MST. Multiple videos from over a month ago about MST. I love that one. I just have a poll here. Biggest NFT marketplace on Fantom, Ardeon, Paint Swap, or X, or one that hasn't launched yet. That's what I voted. So this the place to come if you want alpha on so many different projects. There's a good handful of us that talk, that know what we're talking about. So let's look at some alpha. MST, jumping back great. That's the 15-minute. We throw this on the 4-hour. It's looking beautiful. Beautiful time to buy it, in my opinion. That is beautiful. Fantom has essentially been going sideways this same long amount of time, 22 days. Let's go check that out. Basically here to here, or arguably here to here. Let's say here to here. That's 127 days. Let me get on the 4-hour. I am on the 4-hour. Let me reset. Get these out of here. Here's that sideways I was looking at. 22 days, 23 days. And what did I have over here? I got too many tabs open. Doesn't matter. Okay, MST was 22 days of sideways. Ready to break out. Big money comes into MST. And Fantom. Fantom at the bottom. The bottom. Retesting the bottom. On the 4-hour. Just, a day and a half after almost making a new local high. But let's look at Bitcoin dominance. This is what we have to look at. When in doubt, zoom out, get a better perspective on things. This is the whole lifespan of since Bitcoin was created to now. And it tells you the market cap of Bitcoin compared to the rest of the market. So it's the dominance of Bitcoin in the market. How much of the money in the market as a whole is in Bitcoin. And as you can see, it's on a long-term trip down. But lately it's been having a couple little spikes on its way down. Weekly is not the best way to look at it. Daily, you can see here that these are just sort of death throes, if you ask me. Just sort of it's just going to be another one of these on the way down under 40. And 40 is a really strong resistance line or support line. And once 40 turns into resistance, 40%, it's game on for altcoins. Bitcoin won't be number one. Sounds crazy now. It won't be number one by the end of 2022. It'll start to make more sense as a couple months go by. But looking decent sideways, upwards. Altcoins should be getting their pace back soon. Speaking of altcoins, I doubled down into 2 shares. That's the alpha. That's the alpha I'm hearing, seeing, is 2 shares because 2 shares stops printing in April, which never happened to a Tomb fork yet because they decided to make 2 ohm deflation, run faster than the original tomb. So in April, it will be time for 2 shares emissions to stop. So there will be no more farming for 2 shares. That's gone. It's gonna be gone. And what do we got here? That was for Genesis Tomb. Yeah, I'm really interested about the 2 ohm, 3 ohm Harry deal. 3 ohm, I just stayed in. I did buy the dip. Pegs are getting down there. 3 ohm is at 1.01 with a total value locked of 7.4 million. And 2 ohm is at 1.1. With a total value locked of 104 million. So that's a big difference in value. That's why 3 shares flies a lot differently. If you want a good site to look at charts, just check out deckscreener.com. Type in whatever coin you want to look at. Let's look at 3 ohm or 3. Let's look at 3 ohm and see how inevitable it is that it goes under peg if there isn't some sort of rally or bailout. I mean, Harry just bought, what was it, $8 million of 3 shares and $8 million of 2 shares. Price flew, and then everything just started dumping. As soon as Harry comes in, everything starts dumping. I'm not making any claims, but I'm not ruling anything out either. But we got some red market again here. I look at the hourly to see what's really, what's happening at the moment. The daily, everything's up and down anymore. 3 shares is down 18% in the hour. That is brutal. That's a new low. Yeah, almost. 3 shares is about to put in a new all-time low. That is brutal. Nah, not all-time low. I'll give it back. Let's look at the 4 hour. I always forget when I'm zoomed in too far. Alright, well that's close. That is the floor. Let's put it down here and look back. Yikes, that is peg. I mean this is the share, so there's no peg, but yikes. 3 shares not looking good. 3 ohm is looking like it's definitely gonna go under peg. Unless it gets a small injection of money, not a 3 ohm can come up with a smaller injection of money. It's not that big. Let's get on the 4 hour. 3 ohm's been doing fantastic, but it's younger than 2 ohm. Doesn't have as much history. Let's put it on logarithmic so it's easier to see. So this has been a trip down. No doubt about it, and this is the worst dump yet. This dump is, and this happened right after the deal with Harry. 6 days. 6 days down 89% after talking to Harry. Huh. Let's see what 2 ohm is doing, because the alpha is to buy 2 ohm, 2 shares, not just, I've heard no word about 3. They just don't like to talk about it. Let's see here. Here's 2 ohm on the 4 hour, just like 3 ohm. And this is an all-time low for 2 ohm. It's an all-time low, and it's still above peg. Is that Crazy or what? Does that make any sense whatsoever? Same thing. Lower high. Lower highs. Lower high, lower high. It had this little ride here with wild APRs. It had this ride here with even wilder APRs. It had this first initial APR cluster F. And right now, it's on one of its trips down. Yeah, I don't know. It has such a great big community. It really does. So, I don't know. I put a bet on it. The kind of bet that gets locked up for a little while so you can't react emotionally. You know what I mean? The boardroom. I reset, added more, which reset the clock on my boardroom. So, actually, it happens pretty quick. Anyway, what else is going on? I got out of M-Share, made good money in M-Share. Not sure if Magic is still above peg. Let's talk about it. It's going sideways. Wow, it's holding great. Let's go to magic.finance. It's holding great. Look at this guy. We're on the 4 hour. Sideways. Not affected at all. What kind of APR are we banging out here? In the dungeon. 3,242. It's like 10%. 15% daily. Let's see what Magic's doing. Make sure that's fine and dandy. Yikes. Ooh, Magic down 25%. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It said I won't go down. This is relatively new. That's one of the quickest bottomings and backs-ups I've ever seen. Bottomings and backs-ups I've ever seen. I liked it while I was in it. I made money. I locked myself in the boardroom. I think during this period right here. Maybe even this one. I mean, it was just a couple of days ago. And I made good money and just said, I said to myself, this profit is way too much. It's going up way too fast. As soon as this boardroom's over, they call it the 3 room on 3 shares. As soon as the epic's over, everyone's gonna sell, but they didn't. I did. Based. Same thing happened to me on Based. Made a killing in it. Basedfinance.io. Out of this now completely. I wonder how it's doing it. Let's see. Based and B share. Ooh, down 26% today. Everything is murdered. Everything's murdered. Ooh, that might come back strong. That had a nice round bottom. Had a good thing going for it. Made a whole lot of money. Based made a lot of money. And it's still ridiculously overpegged. It's pegged to tomb. And it's $23. So Based is ridiculous. So it's still fine. It's fine. It could drop another 90% and still be above peg in printing. And let's take a look. Well, let's take a look at B share. Probably took a huge hit. 17. That's not too bad. I would expect more. I thought it was it for Based. If I would have stayed in Based, I would have a killing. But I didn't stay in. I'd always rather leave too early Didn't leave too late. That green line's where I bought. Probably sold here at the end of an epic. But no, it's too recent. Whenever I bought it, it was flying. This must have been it here. And they call it the Acropolis, the boardroom. It's on Fantom. All this stuff is. It's still 14-1 over peg. 14-1. Scarab isn't one that isn't even over. A whole lot of forks with big communities have trouble staying over peg. This is 14-1 over peg in the TBL. All tuned forks do this. It's 40 million. Not too shabby. And B shares making a comeback with an APR. I want to see these. Okay, with the APR of 3,000%. Yeah, I want to see this market with this. Okay, based Tomb LP gives you a daily 13%, 5,000% interest. 13% daily. 12% daily for B share Fantom. Curve Geist. 61% APR. Curve Tri Crypto. 129%. What's Tri Crypto? Strange. Team Allocation Pool Stater. Not sure what that is either. They got some other stuff going on. Cool. That's pretty awesome. That's their bonding, I guess. This is something different. B-share swap. I don't know. They got more stuff coming, I guess. Based is flying. Based is doing good. 2 thumbs up. I'd like to jump in their Discord and see how their community's doing. They're doing great. Scarab doing. They're doing with partnerships with who they need to do partnerships with. They're gonna last. They're gonna last, in my opinion. I got the charts right at the top here. Scarab. Under peg. Still got money coming in. Look at that comeback it had there. 207% in 3 days. Consolidating a little bit more. This thing is going back. This thing's going back to healthy overpeg. And let's look at G Scarab, the money printer. This thing's going to $100,000, $200,000. In my opinion, not financial advice. Of course, why would you listen to somebody on YouTube? So, that's what Scarab did. It launched. We all got in around $1,000, $1,500. Some people got lucky and got in as low as $800, maybe $750. And we got APRs of like 100% daily for the first couple epics. And the coin went from $730 to 8,871 in 6 days. It went up 1,000. It went up 12x in 6 days and 16 hours, with an average APR, I'd say, of like 50,000%. So it was a ridiculous ride, and it had to crash. It was unsustainable. And it's been a long time. Put this back on regular chart here. It's been long. They've recently made that partnership with Spirit Swap, Sin Spirit, which I think I'll make a video about soon if I didn't already. Sin Spirit's awesome. It's got these awesome auto compounders, and it's on Spirit Swap. So there's a Scarab auto compounder on Spirit Swap. What else we got here? Iron Bank. Iron Bank. I don't think you should sleep on this, in my opinion. Iron Bank popped up like crazy here a couple minutes ago. I bought this dip. What is that? 100% instantly popped up. But I think that this is what I like to see. It's the kind of chart I like to see. And Iron Bank is the Yearn ecosystem. I love that moon shape like that. This is what you want to see. This is going straight up $200 and beyond. This is very low cap. Very low cap. And this is Iron Bank. It's Yearn Finance on Fantom. It's great. If you have a whole lot of money, it's where you want to go. App.ib.xyz. That's where you get that comfortable, 30% APY on stable coins. But us people with not much money, we gotta go for these YOLOs. And what else do we got here? Do I gotta turn my brightness up? What do we got here? BuyFi was doing great, and I believe it will do great. Look at that. That's a beautiful time to buy BuyFi. Look at all that pretty green right here. I love using Hakashaki. It's called Hikinashi candles. I think it shows trends way better. Uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend. I think it's due for a nice uptrend. Look how long them wicks are. That looks great. I wonder why I only put a green line down if I buy something. I wonder if I bought it. Maybe I was just watching it. Proto's crazy. Staking things on the Proto app. I mean, wow, it was barely affected by this dip. Proto's been strong. But you know what's crazy is ELCT or ECLT. It's a coin, ELCT. It's a coin that you earn for staking Proto. It's super low cap, but it puts in the craziest gains. Let's go to the 4-hour here. In such a short period of time, especially from the bottoms like the top, 2,000%. That's a 24x in 13 days. It's still up 10x in 17 days. That's what you got for earn it. That's what you got for you got ridiculous APRs in this coin. Like 10,000% APR for staking Proto. They give you ELCT. But you would stake like Proto Fantom or Proto USDC or do the USDC Fantom, anything. But for staking, they would pay you in ELCT, and I think they do some type of burning or something to keep the price going up. But it's been working out. Ponzi. It's all Ponzi's. You just got to understand that. Pills will fly. LQDR will probably fly. I think Pills got hit hard. I think LQDR got hit hard. That's nice and sideways. I look at things in the long term. LQDR, there was a lot about them losing their position. No. That looks beautiful. It's a low cap gem right here. LQDR is great. Add it to your list to research, not your list to buy. Don't ever just buy something someone says. You know that. You're watching Crypto Lodge. But DP is super low cap. I think it's under $1 million. But I am in it to win it with this one. It's been doing good for me too. In a short period of time. Let's see. When did I even get in? I don't know. I don't have a line drawn. But it was around the beginning. So I'm just going to say here. Still up 92% in 47 days. I wasn't in that long. So it must have been more like 21 days of 52% in 21 days. And I think this thing's a pure winner. This is Dark Planet. Go to darkplanet.versal.app. I'll probably do a video on it too. I'll do a video on all these. MST, in it to win it. Big money comes into MST. No idea why. I think I already talked about MST in the beginning, so I'll keep going. And G-Scarab and Scarab. Outside of Fantom, not really sure. Can't tell you. Besides, I heard Boo really got hit. Boo and Spirit. Let me look at that, because I didn't look. I don't have the heart to look. What are they talking about? It's a great dip. Great dip. What kind of money we gonna make coming back from that? Buy and stake Boo right now for Brush. Ooh, we didn't talk about Brush. But that's what my mind says. I'm not giving any financial advice, but buying and staking Boo right now, looking at like a 5x within a couple months or sooner. No doubt. Look what Boo did from here to here. 262% in 33 days. Let's check out Spirit, because Boo barely got hurt. I don't know what they were talking about. People get really emotional when the market's red. But I always say, keep your biggest bag USDC. Your biggest bag. It hurts. At least keep 50%. Even in the worst dips, keep it at 10. Never spend your last USDC. So you always have something to buy the dips. Okay, Spirit's looking really bad, but you know what? That's a great time to buy. Spirit is one of the #1 swaps on Fantom. Half the people that use Fantom, when they think about making a swap, the first thing that comes to head is Spirit swap. The other half is Spooky swap. So if this thing wants to drop, then we're looking at a bounce back, because people aren't just going to stop using the biggest thing ever. So that's a quick 3x coming, in my opinion, for Spirit. And you can stake Spirit with you could do all sorts of stuff with Spirit. They got so many options on their website. You can make a whole video on that. Well, I think this is the longest video I've ever done, except Brush. We didn't talk about Brush yet. This is like my largest altcoin bag right now, and I just love it. I don't love the interface, the website, the DApp. I think they could use a whole lot of improvements. I really do. But I love the chart and I love the money that's going into it. And when Fantom is trending, this is gonna fly. And just looking at this chart, just from looking at charts for so many years, this thing is gonna go like this. This is an instant 2x. And I've been buying brush. And I always I take a daily 10% profit off of everything that's up a lot. And you guys should come join t.me. If you're still watching this video, it's been a long one. Come join t.me/the Crypto Lodge. That's why I pinned this message. I love how we make X's on red days, red weeks, red months, LOL. Because we're making the right moves. We really are. Oh, somebody thinks Ardean is going to be the biggest NFT exchange. I think it's going to be one that didn't launch yet. Then there's X going to give it to you and Paint Swap. All right. Wish everyone luck in your trades. I'm here for education only. Don't ever buy a coin just because someone said. Look into it, read white papers, read documentations. With that being said, if you like the content, hit thumbs up, subscribe, maybe hit the bell. I'm out.